about with Facebook is how to set it up in general. Like, where do I start? And the answer is in your personal Facebook page. Okay? Now, if you have a lot of things happening on the marketplace on your personal Facebook page, it might be helpful to create like a kind of a blind account. If you're a normal person doing normal human things and you have 2FA and you have a password manager and a secure login, I typically recommend you use your own Facebook. Up in the top right corner, you can click, let's see, 9 dots. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget because I can see it, but I can't. So there's 9 dots in the top right corner. You select page in the right column under create. So you'll see a little column that says create, and you select the page. Why did I bother to write that out? Because group is not a page. And a lot of people create groups and think they're creating a page. If you are creating a Facebook page for your business, it should be a page. Page is kind of the Facebook jargon for business. Ensure at least one other person has full control. So on Facebook, it's just like Google My Business. Make sure you trust them and they know what they're doing, right? Because you can be out in Bahamas unplugging and somebody can send you a great lead and all of a sudden, you know, so there's a problem and da-da-da. You need somebody who can do all the things, right? They don't need full control to your page, to your personal page. It's very important that you understand when you have a Facebook company page, you can share access to that company page with another person's personal. So when you're in Facebook, you can toggle between your personal and your company. And that person, once you give them access, that person will be able to do the same thing. So they're not actually gaining access to your personal Facebook. Any questions about that part? Profile ID. This is something that a lot of people miss. Some of this stuff is kind of intuitive, Google it, whatever, but profile ID, you have to set it in the back-end settings, and you can Google how to find it, but make sure you do it, because what happens is if you don't actually set your profile ID, your URL of your Facebook address is going to be a bunch of numbers, and it's very messy. And you've probably seen that for some people, and you wonder why does theirs look like a mess and others look really good. It's that one little quick setting. It's called the profile ID in the back end of the settings. So one of the main reasons that I recommend people use their personal Facebook page rather than creating Jane Doe and creating their company page through that is because you probably have been on Facebook for a while. It's not new, right? You probably have some friends, and those friends probably have some friends. And you can leverage that. You can invite your friends to follow your company page. I'm sure everyone here has been invited to follow their friends' company pages. You know, it's nothing new, but here's what is new. You have to invite them, y'all. Like, people do it when they first set it up, they invite like 20 people and then they forget. And then they wonder why they have 15 followers. Keep inviting people that you haven't invited before. You know, rather than inviting all 200 all at once, you can invite, you know, say 50 and kind of keep your eye on it, and invite another 50. And you know, a year from now, you might have gained a few other followers. So just, you'll be able to see who you've invited and who you haven't, but just keep up with that. That's the easiest way to grow your Facebook following that people kind of forget about. Any questions about that? Instagram. The big trap for Facebook is not setting up your profile ID. The big trap for Instagram is toggling to a professional account. I see all the time people set up Instagram pages for their business through a personal, like, you know, I have Rebecca N. Werner and I have at You Need to Marketing NC and at You Need to Yoga NC. Like, it's very important that you don't have a personal Rebecca N. Werner account with your business name tied to it. And there's nothing broken about it, but your functions are way decreased. When you have a professional page, you can have a call to action, you can have your URL listed, you can have your address listed if you're a foot traffic location, and you have a little bio too. So it's very helpful, and I recommend that people set up their Instagram using their mobile device. Up until like, I think it was about 2 years ago, we were having to post for people on Instagram from our phones. I mean, it was only a couple years ago that we could actually post from desktop. So there's still a company that's driven by mobile usage. So go to your cell phone to set up your Instagram profile. You're gonna have more success that way. Carefully consider the first URL in your profile. What I mean by that, in your actual profile, it'll have your name, you know, we're a full-scale marketing agency specializing in SEO or whatever, your little profile statement, and then you're gonna have links. You can have more than one link. most people logically would put their website, right? YouNeedToMarketing.com. You'll see if you look at our Instagram, you'll see something called a link tree. Raise your hand if you're familiar with Linktree. Okay, half of you are, half of you aren't. So the ones of you that are, take a nap real quick. Linktree is basically a get around for Instagram. It gives you the ability, in your posts, you can't link to anything. So if you're talking about, hey, I just got brand new merch in, order it now, link in bio, is what you would say on Instagram. Because you could put the link all day long, but nobody can click on it. They can click on links in your stories, but not in your posts. So rather than expecting somebody to get it, I mean, really, like nobody's gonna do that, okay? So maybe they'll be able to find it on your website, maybe not, maybe they'll take the time. I mean, we all know, probably not. So they're probably just never gonna, but the link in bio, you'll see that a lot on Instagram. And what that means, 99% of the time, is they have a link tree set up, and that first URL is a link tree. So you click on that first link, and in Linktree, it's just a list of links, right? And you can pretty it up. You can make it consistent with your brand, with same coloration. But if I just posted about new merch coming in, and this just happened yesterday for You Need to Yoga. We had new merch come in, and it was exciting. And so on Instagram, it would say link in bio, and then the first link in Linktree would be order your merch, right? So it makes it real easy.